The droplet hits the ground with the tiniest sound. And in an instant, a pool of crimson liquid covers the park square. Oh shit.
I think Ark is a little more serious than CL thought.
This can't be real. But no, the park is actually covered in blood.
Yeah.
The sticky red liquid sloshing around my ankles is proof of that. I don't know how I'm going to explain the stains on these socks to Hisui when I get home.
Yeah. Don't worry, Hisui, it's not mine. Oh. That was just you setting the stage.
Well, I mean, yeah, listen, to be fair, if you want to have a proper anime fight, you can't just have, like, clear, dry ground. You have to have something that can splash and make you know, dramatic effects when you're running or sliding or, you know.
Yeah. I wonder if this is a Melty Blood
have
stage.
Force clashes or something. The air coiling around me feels dense, but there's no malice in her voice. She's the same old Ark.
Who just found something new fun to do.
The same stupid, innocent girl with a smile as bright as the sun. Only one thing is off.
That smile does look a little bit malicious.
One slight, trivial mistake that has turned her into something else.
自由に思うままに行動するというのですね。あなたが何の制約もなく思うままにロアを処罰すると。
Does she need oats for that?
その結果がどうなるか理解していますか？
No?
Wisconsin?
Yeah. Huh.
自らを縛らない真相は使徒と変わらない。グローブのようにこの町を蹂躙するのが望みだとでも。分かりきったことを聞かないでしよ。人間の町に関心はないの？邪魔をしなければ何もしない。こんなの道端の石と同じ。
Yeah.
好きになるのも自由なら憎んでみるのも自由よね。
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You see, the funny thing is, in addition to discovering love, I also found I can really hate things.
Yeah, I also learned hatred. Have fun with that, by the way.
ロアに汚染された町、ロアの痕跡を残すたち、どちらにせよ汚らしいし、綺麗に掃除していくのも私の知恵。
Oh.
You know, I squished a building like a bug the other day. Yes, I was there.
Yeah.
それに、
Oh, there it is
こ
again.
こで思いっきり、今までずっと気に食わなかった女を八つ咲きにするのも、心底楽しそうじゃない？
Could you maybe just expand on how long so long is?
Oh! There they are.
The battle begins instantaneously.
Yeah.
The woman in white leaps into the air. Swords dart through the air, suppressing her advance.
I doubt they're suppressing much.
Yeah, real suppressed, that advance.
Hmm.
The two figures clash before I have the chance to react.
遠野くん、下がって。
See, look, we're already getting the drama
Yeah.
drama particles from the blood.
Right, dramatic splashing.
This would be so much less dramatic without the blood pool.
Yeah.
Oh shit! CL leaps to the side as she shouts a warning at the boy behind her. Not a moment later, White Claws tear through the ground where she stood. I'm just picturing cans of White Claw
Yeah.
just erupting out of the ground.
Yeah.
Ark has closed in on her in a single bound, slamming her arm into the ground as if to crush her entire body.
決まりね。遊びましょう。シエル。
The avatar of White cheerfully taunts her mortal enemy. To her, the thrill of the fight far outweighs the humiliation of her foiled attack. I should have brought my armor and gun and sword.
I'm kind of questioning my life choices and why I even came to this park, to be honest.
What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
CL ignores the jeering as she formulates a strategy. Step 1, get proper equipment. Step 2...
Run away?
Yes, get the proper equipment first, then run away. Yes, great plan.
Yeah.
This is the worst possible turn the knight could have taken.
Yeah, it was an expected one.
Her opponent is a true ancestor who has lost her mind.
Supposedly.
They're in the middle of the city, and she's only armed with black keys. Yeah, that's your fault.
Yeah, you shouldn't have gone near a true ancestor without a
You
real
knew
weapon.
you were going to the park. Why did you not bring your proper gear with you? What did you think you were going to do to Ark with just a handful of black keys?
Yeah, in retrospect, her being so cocky following Shiki was a really stupid thing to do.
Yes! Yes, it was. I was thinking that the entire, the
Yeah.
entire time we were recording last time. I was like, this is not going to end well. You clearly don't have your equipment. What are you... Yeah, you got some black keys under your habit. I get that. But, like, what are you going to do with, like, 10 black keys versus fucking Ark?
Yeah.
You couldn't even have taken Vlav with just 10 black keys.
Right.
What do you think you're going to do here?
She probably thought they would just talk it out and yell at each other a bit.
To make matters worse, she needs to protect an innocent bystander, Shiki Tono in this instance, while she fights. She's left with only one course of action.
Is Ark really going to aim her attacks at Shiki, though?
Go on the defensive, wait for a pause in Ark's onslaught, use it to erect the most powerful... the most powerful bounded field she has, and retreat!
With Shiki.
Yeah, run away!
Picking up Shiki is like the dumbest thing you could do right now.
Yeah,
Let's paint a bigger target on my back.
it's a simple plan. In theory, no, that's a music group. Thank you.
Yeah.
But TL knows from experience that plans rarely survive contact with the enemy. In the
Trasus.
the French word
Yeah, random
that
French.
I don't know the... I don't speak French, game! I'm playing this in fucking English!
Yeah.
What the plotter?
Schemer, kinda?
Female practitioner of parkour?
Oh!
What?
Trasus?
Yeah, from French to English, it's literally transliterated as plotter,
Oh.
but it's also
A female
parent-
parkour. Huh.
apparently
Well, that
a
would make
female
sense.
practitioner of parkour,
Okay. Well, that makes sense with CL.
as opposed to a tresseur, who's a male practitioner of
yes.
parkour.
Trasur, Trasus. Okay, yeah. Alright, that makes sense.
It's also an anagram of ericates,
Whatever that means.
which is a plural of ericate,
Okay.
which is a salt of erucic acid.
I don't think that's relevant in this case.
I don't think so, but it's just
Okay.
coincidental.
Oh, that's gonna work.
CL sends a sword flying toward her.
I
torso.
guess her is Ark in this
presumably
case.
Ark.
Yeah.
CL's just like, go, Black Key, hit me in the stomach.
Yeah.
Ow, why did I think that was a good idea? These swords are also known as Black Keys. Inquisitional tools used exclusively by executors.
Right.
Sorry, hold on.
Which,
I'm just curious if...
yeah,
they-
Black Key was already mentioned.
Right. Why are you just now explaining it?
Well, I think it was. Yeah, it's kind of weird to suddenly mention it again.
One boy, crowds and body, mortal enemy, right?
Let's play, yeah.
Uh-huh. Black keys.
Yeah.
She's armed only with black keys. And
I know.
now, like,
Yeah.
several screens later, we're gonna explain what the fuck a black key is.
You know, weird things.
In its basic form, it appears to be nothing but a hilt. However, a blade appears when it's infused with a sacrament, allowing it to function as a sword. It's basically a lightsaber.
Yeah. The blade only appears when you give it some energy. Yep.
That said, it's used primarily for thrusting and throwing, and parlor tricks,
Yeah.
making it less of a cutting tool than a bullet for piercing vampires from afar. I don't know. I bet Shiro could figure out how to use it as a cutting tool.
I'm fairly certain you would just slash things with it.
Yeah.
It's still a bladed edge. It'll work as claws if you just knuckle enough of them, like Masamune.
And when Executor CL imbues it with her will, it darts through the air with the greatest of ease, force of a cannonball. Transcending human limits, she moves with millimeter precision. All of her physical energy is channeled into the throw, amplifying the power of the Black Key by an order of magnitude and still, somehow, being worse than Fragarak.
To be fair, Fragarak is a literal noble phantasm.
I mean, yeah.
From, like, the Age of the Gods, so...
I mean, yeah, true story. Bazette...
Bazette's pretty broken by modern terms.
Remember when Fate was very clear that humans don't get noble phantasms?
Well, they're not supposed to.
Like...
Fragarak is one of those few that exists in the modern era, but yeah.
Remember back in Stay Night?
Yeah.
When humans definitely don't get noble phantasms, we promise? Remember back in Stay Night when there's definitely only 7 classes, we promise?
Yeah.
Remember back in Stay Night when Saber is the only Saber that could ever be Saber?
To be fair, that
Remember
was
back in Stay Night when Saber is the only class that Saber qualifies for?
Yeah. Retcons.
Oh my god. So much of Stay Night has aged so poorly with everything that's happened in Type Moon after it. Like, a human could never be the servant.
Okay, that was one of those things that was intentionally set up to be undone.
And then, the very next route.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
There can only ever be 7 heroic spirits in one war. Oh wait, no, we broke that one in the same route.
We broke that in the
then
first route, yeah.
we introduced another one in the next route, and then another other one.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's not the work of a magecraft or sacraments, but pure mastery of the human body.
The throw, anyways.
One
fanatic spent hundreds of years devising this technique.
Yep, that definitely says fanatic.
Yeah. What did you think it was?
Fanfic?
No.
One fanfic. Sorry.
No.
What? A pitch with the force to pierce a concrete wall.
Yeah, that's gonna work against Arc.
At the burial agency, they call it the Iron Bore.
Because it bores into concrete. Yeah, that makes sense. And that'd be really impressive if your opponent wasn't Arc.
But a swipe of Arc's claws is enough to render it useless.
Yep. Oh wow, look at all those.
Every Black Key CL throws is an Iron Bore.
Yeah, and they're equally useless.
The vampire bats aside the Rain of Swords with a smile on her face, bearing down on the Executor. You know, the funny thing, this is just that guy from, like, GGO that's trying to, shot the bullet at Kirito, watch him cut it in half, was like, maybe if I just use more bullets. Oh, never mind. They're also useless. Right. Fuck, I guess I'll just die to the laser sword joke weapon in this game about killing people with guns.
I'll just keep shooting the guy that can deflect my bullets. It'll work eventually.
Not even deflect. Literally just cut in half.
Yeah. But he kept firing anyway.
Yep.
And CL doesn't have any other moves, it looks like. Oh.
The distance CL created is closed effortlessly. Arc's claws come swinging down. CL attempts to use a Black Key as a shield, but it's not a Roias, and so it just breaks into pieces.
Right.
The impact reverberates through her arms, all the way to her ribs.
Any broken bones? Oh, this one will make a difference.
Unable to resist the force of the blow, she jumps back in the direction she's thrown. The hilts of 6 more Black Keys appear in her hands. Unlimited Black Keys works.
She has a lot, yeah.
In the span of a single breath, she launches them at Arc and pulls back 10 meters from the vampire.
I don't think throwing those is going to make a difference.
CL, you have a lot of these, but you must have a finite supply. So I would really recommend you invest some time in learning projection magecraft.
To make more?
To make infinite of them, yes.
Well, maybe.
まあ
Wow!
私が言うのもなんだけどそんな年代ものいつまで使ってるのよあなたたちは
Jeez.
Did you not bring a more impressive weapon?
Yeah.
ほらもっとこう面白そうな
Okay, that
Okay,
one blew
you
up.
can make them explode. That's a neat trick. As Ark implied, black keys have a long and storied history of nearly 1,700 years. There are few who still use them, due to the high level of skill they demand, and modern weaponry serves as an adequate substitute.
Right, like state guns and stuff.
State guns? Like a gun that just fires Nebraska at people?
Stake gun.
Oh, steak with a K.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yes.
these days you could just get a pneumatic iron stake launcher and it would just, like, puncture a vampire's heart from 100 meters.
I heard state gun. I'm
No.
like, ha! Eat Nebraska, you fucker! Rhode Island's up next!
Yeah, just a conceptual Texas.
Yeah. They shoot you with the concept of Texas.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
CL
boy.
is not the average executor.
I noticed.
She understands that a weapon cannot be dismissed on account of age. Several variations have been developed over its 1,000 years of use.
Uh-huh.
Never mind the other 700.
Sure.
One of these is the cremation rite. A wall of flame burning at 500 degrees C to incinerate the impure beings known as the living dead.
Doesn't Ark make herself immune to fire, though?
500 C would be
Bach times boiling point.
932 degrees.
Is that like magma temperatures?
I feel like we looked up the temperature of which rock melted one time and it was like 1200 degrees or something.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's quite that high. But like, yeah, times 1.8 plus 32, so yeah, that should be like 932 degrees F, I think.
Well, magma is about 700 C to 1300.
Okay, so yeah, definitely
So
not.
no, it's not magma.
Because
Yeah.
700 C. I think I was right. I said it was around 1200 F.
Yeah,
for
700 to 1300. So depending on the type.
Well, for C, but I was talking Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah, Fahrenheit. It's about 1300 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so it was a ballpark. I'm actually surprised I remembered that from
Yeah.
however long ago it was we looked that up.
Yeah. So CL, that you might need a little more.
Maybe just a bit, right? Like,
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, that's great against a normal vampire. Take this.
my love, my hatred, and all of my sorrow.
Of course, such a weapon has no chance of stopping this vampire.
No, of course not. The flames are just a distraction.
Right. 4.
CL's goal is only to restrain her. Direct attacks with the black keys have little effect, but trapping Ark in a bounded field would keep her at bay for a day.
And then what?
Then she has time to go get her gun and her sword.
Maybe.
And, I don't know, stuff Shki in a locker or something.
Yeah. Do ya?
Alright, listen. Over here trying to be Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
もうそれは見飽きたんだってば
I am so bored of your black keys. Get a new trick.
Yeah. You're not amusing me anymore.
She brushes the torrent of blades aside.
Okay, but enough of them landed in the ground.
When the black keys pierce the ground, a glowing field shoots up from between them, forming an outline in the shape of a cathedral.
Is that what a smaller version of how you trap blob?
The shape of a cathedral.
So, a rectangle?
Which cathedral? You really have to be more specific. It's not like cathedral is a standard shape. Like, you mean like, I don't know, Notre Dame or like.
I'm guessing it's just a rectangle and they're trying to make it look all Catholic.
You could have just as easily said a coffin if it's just a rectangle,
I don't know.
or a school bus, or
Yeah.
I don't know, a loaf of bread. These walls are more than strong enough to keep Ark locked within. If only she'd been in range.
The white figure charges at the executor, weaving through the swords like a beautiful beast bounding across a vast plain.
Oh no.
Just like Bale.
Yep. And then a random teenage boy steps in front, casually sidesteps around and elbows Ark in the chest,
Right.
and she just drops to the ground dead instantly.
Yale really should learn anti-bear techniques.
Right? I mean, she'll get back up in like 10 minutes, but she'll be so embarrassed she lost that she's just gonna give up.
Yeah. She'll die of sadness.
Ciel meets Ark head on. Though she could have dodged the blow, she doesn't allow herself that option. She's already been driven to the edge of the park. And she knows if she gets knocked out of the park, then by default, Ark wins.
Yeah, she doesn't want to ring out.
Yeah, you rung out, you lose.
Yeah, it's a Melty Blood stage, so you gotta keep the fight to the arena.
If she were to fall back any further, the fight would be taken into the city streets.
Because nobody's gonna notice all this going on in the park.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
The big explosions, the glowing pillars of light.
There's definitely no random jogger wondering why they're suddenly covered in blood.
A huge pool of blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Relax, guys. It's just a drop.
Yeah.
何よそれつまらない。グローブに使ってた武器はどうしたの？たくさんの毒をばらまく道具は趣味の悪いギロチンは？重苦しくてぶっとい杭を私には使ってくれないの？
I don't have those things right now.
I was kind of too stupid to bring it.
I don't know. I somehow thought I'd stop Toto from going to the park. Instead, here I am.
お
ってなことを